Lock and Load is the map where we have to capture 5 specific points on the map called locks. To capture a lock, both players need to have a unit standing on the lock simultaneously for 20 seconds, uncontested by the enemy, to turn it green. If the enemy stands on a lock uncontested for 10 seconds, it turns red and starts a timer bar that ticks as long as it remains uncontested, and fills faster the more uncontested locks he has. If the bar reaches full, we lose. Propagators spawn from enemy buildings. Anything they touch instantly dies and becomes copies of themselves. Half of all enemy bases, waves, and propagators are immune to your forces. The other half are immune to your ally.
Kerrigan, where do we have him?
Kerrigan, I have the only viable prestige is prestige 3, but I will have her from S to A. She has a lot of mobility. She has mobility that can be shared with the ally. But of course, don't be too crazy with how much Omega Worms you spam around, and it's very dependent upon the ally. If the ally knows how to work it with Omega Worms, then you'll be able to bounce back and forth very easily. As the non-polarized units come in, they'll be just chunking away at the Omega Worm heads, and that buys you enough time. And hopefully allies on the board was looking at the minimap and spotting for poops that are either polarized for them or vice versa. You are spotting for poops that are polarized for you and just dealing with it and proceeding on with the mission.
Okay. How about you, Herman?
Well, for Kerrigan, so usually on this map, I will use like P2 because P2 is good against Polarity, but it's not really good against Propagators because your ability damage is lower. So I still suggest P3, like same as Evelyn said. But I think you just cannot like just spam spam Omega Worms, because you like, if a poop is coming and it's not yours, you would definitely so load your Kerrigan and then unload it like in front of the poops, but you see it's not yours, and you just keep peeing like, come in my Omega Worm, and if he just doesn't come, your Omega Worm
you can only suggest that your ally get over here. You can't make them get over here like Phoenix does.
You can't really let them. And if your ally, let's say if she's like if your ally is like Nova, like full of liberators, they cannot even load it in the Omega Worms. So
yes,
it kind of depends on ally a little bit. Like if your ally cannot move that quickly, or your ally just doesn't see the minimap at all, it's gonna be a big problem for Kerrigan.
Okay.
And because of Polarity, you cannot really finish this map before like 11 minutes because of Polarity.
True. That's absolutely true. So let her.
And so I think she is actually not that good for this week. I will give her like a C.
A C?
C. Yeah, I think she's not.
Can you guys like compromise and say B? Like, or do
you have him C?
I had Kerrigan in B. I had Kerrigan in B because the way I rated it. Here's how. Remember the four jobs here. Is she good at dealing with poops? Yeah, she is. Can she say no? You can't do that, poop. No, she cannot. So she cannot do that job. But can she stall against Polarity? Yes, she can have walls of Omega Worms or walls of Zerglings, just stalling, or even Ultralisk can stall. And the fourth one, can she ping pong back and forth? Absolutely. So 3 out of 4 jobs. That's B.
I think the Kerrigan P3 herself, like dealing with poops, like I don't think she is that good with dealing poops. I know like you can just connectly blast them, but
how I did it. By the way, I played this as Kerrigan. You'll never guess what I did. I used the first prestige, Malevolent Matriarch, and I did the jump slide. I put creep tumors. Well, not creep tumors. I actually had the Stukov ally, and that's the cheat part. Stukov ally, but the Hydralisks with super creep. Oh my goodness! Like four of them. 4 of them can bring down a poop. Like maybe make it 6 to make it guaranteed. But my goodness, Hydros have machine guns on creep, and you just kind of leave them there. They're insane. Oh my goodness. But yeah, if you don't have a 2/2 ally, you probably will resort to either no prestige or 3rd prestige, so you can deal with the poops effectively, and so that your immobilization wave can actually deal effective damage against all your half of the map.
But it's like 10-second crowd control, right? 10-second crowd control.
Yes, 10-second crowd control, but it's not spammable. It's not good against the Propagator that's polarized. That's right at your doorstep.
Yeah.
That's Kerrigan's weakness. I see her similar to like a Carax almost, where she can just destroy the poops, ping pong back and forth with your army and yours in your top bar. You can stall Polarity, but you can't really say ally get over here. So that's why I have a similar to Carax in B. That's how I saw it.
Okay. Yeah, let's just put her in B then.
Fine with that. I'm fine with that.
All right.
Okay.
Nova, where do we have him?
So Nova, I'm not sure if you want to use P3 or P1. I think if I were playing Nova, I would use P3, like just try to end fast. But I mean, if a lot of units are not like P3 probably won't be that good because your Saboteur drone cannot kill them. They are polarized to you.
Yes.
And for Propagators, you can use Liberators and also Nova's Snipe.
Oh, that
Nova Snipe and also Spider Mines. Yes. I think Nova is actually pretty good for this week. Like she on this map, like Nova on this map, like you can, like if let's say if there's no Polarity, you can just
delete
slaughter
everything,
like in like let's say in like 12 minutes. Like it's like she can do it really quickly. So like Polarity makes things a little bit worse, but I mean she still have defensive drones that could protect you and your ally. So I think Nova, I would say A tier for now, but I can see her potential to S.
Okay. How about you, Herman? Or how about you, Eveling?
I have Nova from S to A, and I do not recommend P1 or P3. I recommend P2 because you need more get over here. And as Herman says, you have defensive drones for the sustainability for you and your ally. Drop it over. Just make sure to drop it in reasonable places so that the poops don't see, oh, hey, defensive drone, yummy, yummy. But Nova's ability to Griffin airlift is very quick. You know, I would say of all the commanders that have ally get over here, that is the quickest method to do it. As compared to like Phoenix Arbiter suit, that's like on average that takes me maybe 1 second to pull off to get to do a quick reaction, but for Nova's Griffin airlift, it's less than half a second.
I just make sure that it's off cooldown when you need it. You don't really you can use it, but probably don't spam it if you don't need to. Like
it's on a 30-second cooldown with P2.
Yeah, so. The 11-minute wave, you probably want to use it there to ping pong back and forth. But if you can split your forces, that's probably even better. Okay, both of you guys had him in S. I had him in, well, not S. Still pretty high, but not S, like A or something. But
not unanimous.
Both of you guys, no. I don't count myself among the unanimous. If both of you agree, that's
okay. I mean, Nova P2, like building with Polarity. Yeah, I never thought about that. But so because like there is Polarity, so Griffin Airstrike only works for half of the army. So yeah, maybe P2 is better, like for more mobility.
I just personally see Nova as slightly better than Phoenix, but S usually is reserved for commanders who trivialize a mutation. But if both of you say she does, then okay, she does. Let's put her in S.
This is Polarity, so nothing's really trivial, but she has all
anyone in S.
all the tools. And something I would like to also say is, if your ally is in a real bad position, like a lot of non-polarized units bang down on them, or a non-polarized poop coming against them, and they can't really get out, they're stuck there for some reason, you can Griffin airlift them out and put them back in your main or something, so that way they don't contribute to a poop train.
Put them on top of the poops.
Or that too. You can really sabotage him wonderfully.
I personally wouldn't put Nova in S because you can only use the, like I said, you can only use the airlift so frequently. If you use it once and suddenly a poop appears as your allies expansion and you have no army there, she doesn't have an easy answer. She can run, she can have a blink thing, but it's not an easy. You still need to notice in time. So I would put her in A, but again, both of you guys agree with S, so let's put her in S. Raynor, where do we have him?
Raynor, a little less than Han and Hoarder. I have Raynor from C to D. I would recommend Prestige 1 because you want to end this quickly. You want to have that extra health on your bio for a little bit of extra sustain. If you end this quickly, you're not going to get use out of your mules. So
all right,
just try to get stuff down, hit hard, hit fast, get it done.
All right,
get those.
How about you, Herman?
Concussive cells.
Pretty same, I guess. I never saw the P1 actually, but what Evening said makes sense because you want to try to end quickly, and also Marauder can slow down the poops, and the Medic can heal your ally as well. It provides some, like, I think it's 25 damage reduction.
So D.
Yeah, D.
All right,
yeah,
unanimous D.
Still pretty bad.
There we go. Step Boy, where do we have him?
Oh, Step Boy. I mean, you gotta, if you're not P1, you gotta know where to put the satellites. Else, they will just become the
poops.
Food for.
Yeah, they'll become more poops.
If you don't know, please use P1. Just randomly put, like, you don't really care. They are invulnerable. If you do know, you can use P2 because Super Gary with P2 is really strong. You can also overcharge the satellites to provide some sustainability for you and your ally because it's like 60 HP shield, right? Like it's not really high, but there is an option. Also green zone, green zone, blue zone all helped with mobility and the regeneration. So I think he is not really bad for this week. He's like A tier, but put like a star to say that you gotta know where to put the satellites.
All right. How about you, Eveling?
Same thing. I have Stetmann from A to B, recommending P2. Just make sure to be smart with your satellite spread. You can actually, there's a lot of unpathable areas around each lock, so make use of that. You may have to spend more use more satellites than you anticipate, but I mean, having that coverage is good, and there's a potential that the poop could try to lock onto one of those satellites that are in impathable terrain and get stuck there, and that'd be
really good.
Hooray for you. Yep.
All right. So both of you agree with A star, so let's put A star. Stukov, where do we have him?
Stukov, I have from B to C. Only viable prestige is Prestige 1. Make a bunch of Diamondbacks. And
guess what Prestige 2 used?
Of course. If it was Kerrigan, he would use P3.
Malignant Creep is really good. That's all I can say.
Oh, big time.
Kerrigan P1 Super Creep, that's incredible for bio.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Synergize with Stukov.
Yeah. So anyway, where do you have Stukov?
He said B2C. Yes.
B2C? All right. Yes. How about you, Herman?
I mean, for me, like Stukov, I think he also needs a star, right? Like for Stukov player, whenever you see Propagator or like Transmutation, you should know you should not use some top bars, right? Like you cannot really use them against poops. Like infested structure, no, please. I mean, Diamondback is pretty good against the Propagators because they have the slow and they can attack well moving.
Yes,
so
moving shot.
Yeah, that's pretty good
Pretty good.
against
And the slow
Propagators.
also applies to non-polarized units if they go into the
Yes.
swamp trail.
Yes.
Or 2 polarized units.
Yes. So I think Stukov can be a B tier for me.
All right, let's put Stukov in B. I had him in C, but
Yeah,
I'm okay with B.
Yeah, just don't use. Just please use Alexander after a poop spawn, and don't
And use
use
it
Alexander
in
on
the other
same
corner.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swann, where do we have him?
Well, I think because his P1 is pretty good against the Propagator. It can provide part controls. You can slow them
Yes.
down. Even though I
I've
think,
seen
even
firsthand.
though
I've seen firsthand
even
that
though
the
they
laser jolt
are,
can stop polarized poops. It can stop them from just attacking. It's very effective.
oh, so they cannot stop the polarized poop.
They can. They can stop polarized poops.
Oh, they can. Okay,
They
okay.
can.
Yeah, I was thinking. I
It's
was
very
wondering.
good.
I think he can. Yeah, yeah. So if it's polarized, I think you gotta manually target, right? You gotta manually target.
Yes.
You,
Yeah. Of
you
course.
want,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, you gotta manually target because it's polarity, polarity for you. Yeah, sorry. And I think you just make a bunch of wraith, and you have some BD at your base to provide another slow
Yeah.
for the poop getter that comes to your base, and then it's not pretty hard actually. I think Swann is like I think I would give him an A tier. You just need to have something to kite the poops.
Yes. Yeah. How about you, Eveling?
I would give it A. Yeah.
I have Swann from A to B, pretty much P1 for all of the purposes that you guys have said. Pretty much if it's polarity, even if you do absolutely nothing as a Swann player, you're still contributing. So
Yes.
that's pretty awesome on his part. So yeah, putting in some effort, it will almost give you a very good chance of getting it done with the pub.
All right. I also had Swann in A. I've seen firsthand how amazing Swann is for this one. Tychus, where do we have him?
Tychus, I have from S to A. I am recommending P2. P2 allows him to soak up a lot of damage, especially if he picks certain outlaws. Sam, pretty much the ultimate poop killer right there. So yeah,
flusher.
just fire him.
Sam
yeah,
the
he
toilet.
just gets the pumice tone. Make sure that toilet is nice and clean for it to go down. So yeah, SA.
How about you, Herman?
Wait, what's the tier for you?
S to
Tychus?
A. S to A.
S to A. Okay. I think maybe I'll put Tychus on A. Wait, Tychus P2. I think I can put him in S, but I need to tell the Tychus player like you are using P2, so you have the 50% damage reduction. You gotta like stand at the front of your ally. So you do not want your Tychus stay back. You want to stand it at the front. And after Tychus is low, you can Manivac pick it up, and you have another outlaw to help tanking like as well. Just like keep doing the tanking stuff. Your damage is enough because this map is easy. There should not be a lot of enemy. And I mean, Lone Wolf is pretty strong in early game, right? You know that from the mutation that we just played. Yeah, he is pretty strong. So yeah, I would say S tier as well.
All right, both of you had him in S. I had him in A because I don't want to give an S on the polarity mutation, but both of you had him in S, so let's put him in S. Vorazun, where do we have him?
So Vorazun has actually have a lot of crowd control. Stasis Trap, Black Hole, pretty good, and also Time Stop. 3 options. But Time Stop on this map is a little bit weird. I think I talked about that for multiple times.
Yes.
If you just randomly use Time Stop, you gotta defend the locks, and usually you want to use structures to defend, right? But if you use structure to defend, the poops might go to find your structure, and they have polarity.
Yes.
So that means your ally also need to defend the locks if you ever use a time stop. So
yes,
I think for this week I don't really suggest using time stop before you push the last lock.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Letter.
Yeah, that's what I suggest.
Letter.
Better, I would say she is B tier, B tier for this because not be able to use like spam time stop is a really big problem for Warzone. Like you have less shadow guards and you just have less like
Yeah.
macro time. Yeah.
All right. How about you, Eviling?
I have Vorazun for a B to C. She has the problem of unit attrition. If she starts losing units, they have a detector there, and you start losing a bunch of stuff to non-polarized units. That's a problem. She does have the ability for ally get over here, but it's a little clunky, and it provides a spot that a target for a poop to go after. So that's why she's not at like Phoenix level or anyone
Swann
else
level.
or Nova level. Yeah. So B to C.
Okay. Also,
Prestige.
yeah.
I don't know
Third
what
one.
to recommend.
What's
You
the
can
third
go
one?
with the third one. I'm kind of second one can also be viable because your
No. You need
Centurions
damage. You need damage for the poops. Come on. You
your
know it's the second
Centurions
one.
can stun lock the poops.
Ah.
Only P2 only
Okay.
P2 Centurions can stun lock poops.
I still have
Granted,
a concern.
granted it's polarized for you.
Okay. I still have a concern for Warzone. I don't know, should I use Cosiris plus Oracle or should I use Cosiris plus Shadow? I mean the DTs. Like I don't know. Like
Dark
because I
Templar
feel
is still
like
better, I think.
because Corsair can destruction web the propagator, which
Yes.
is like
Very good.
disarm them.
It's very good.
Yeah, and Oracle has the stasis trap. So maybe I was thinking you
You can
still
use some
use
oracles.
yeah. I mean, you put some Oracle in your base, like to
Yeah.
continuously like putting
work.
traps,
That'll
and
work.
then you have one or two Oracle for the front line to provide detection, and you have a lot of Corsairs that you probably want to turn off some auto cast so that you can auto cast. You can cast like by yourself manually, and you have
Cool.
DTs to do the Shadow Fury thing. You know, DT is not a melee unit. She is DT is a
Caster unit.
Caster. Yeah,
caster
anyway.
units.
Yeah, we all agree on Vorazun B. Let's put Vorazun B.
Okay.
She checks all the boxes for me, but the map itself could be an issue for her. That's why I took her down
A
a
big
peg.
issue. Yeah, a big
Zagara,
issue.
where do we have him?
Zagara I have from A to B. She has, I wouldn't say sustain, but she can just churn out lings and if they have a little evasion on them, they can delay things a good amount of time. I would actually recommend P3 so that way you have a quick reactionary Zagara or half a brutalist to deal with something if your main army is away from whatever is attacking your ally or coming at your expo or whatnot.
All right. How about you, Eviling? Or how about you, Herman?
So Zagara versus Propagator is usually pretty well. Like Baitings is pretty good against it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Baiting is AoE damage, so I mean splash damage. So you don't really worry about like new poops coming out because new poops doesn't have the polarity off.
Yes.
But polarity itself, like Zagara kind of hate it. Because
yeah.
Yeah, baiting deals splash damage, but splash damage cannot hit the polarity unit. So
Yes.
that's why Zagara is not S tier. Like she is not. I would say she is A tier for this week.
Okay.
A tier. Like I mean, P3 Zagara, you still have mobility. Like if like you just deep tunnel Zagara to deal with pools or deal with attack wave, but I mean you cannot really kill the all attack wave, and you also want to hope that so your unit, like the unit you can kill, is in front of the unit you cannot kill, so you can use bailing barrage. Else,
yes,
like not
Polarity
polarized
can
unit will block
bailing
your
barrage.
bailing.
So
yeah,
crazy.
you can only use your hunterlings your hydrolist to kill it. Yeah.
All right. So you had him in A. Eviling had him B to C. I had him in B.
I had him A to B.
Oh, A to B. Okay. Oh, and Herman had him. Okay, so both of you had him in A. Let's put him in A. I had him in B because she has a bit of an issue with polarity itself. But
yes, yeah, that's why she's not S. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, that's why she's S.
all right, let's leave her an A. Zeratul, where do we have him?
So Zeratul, I don't think we can use I don't think we can use cannon is good for this time because cannon is structures, and if you teleport them in the front, like the polarized Propagator might be a problem. So you still want to use stalkers plus a little bit
boosters.
a little bit like sentries to heal.
Yes.
I mean shield guards to heal.
Shield guards.
And because of the so your what's that called? Your prism can provide a little bit mobility if you put them in the correct spot. And also your avatar is really good. Your avatar can provide damage reduction and attack speed for you and your avatar. Yeah, so Zeratul only doesn't have the option for ally get over here.
But
so
as you mentioned, the avatar can change the polarity of units. So the things the things that are attacking you can now be attacked.
But unfortunately, Propagator cannot be changed. The polarity of Propagator cannot be changed. So I think I would put Zeratul on A tier. And also, I have a question though. I don't know if P2 is better or P0 is better. Like I'm not sure. So
I did play this as both prestigious. From my experience, if you and your ally can clear out really fast, there's no prestige is better. But
because your army is cheaper. Yeah, your army is cheaper.
Yes, your army is cheaper, so much cheaper that you can actually get a critical mass. The critical mass is more important than some upgrades, especially if you're gonna end the map before like 15 minutes or something. But of course, if you're gonna take like 20 plus minutes, you want the second prestige.
Yeah, P2 is better then. Yeah.
Yes, but here's the second caveat to that. If you've reached over 20 minutes, even if the second prestige is better, you need to be better. Just better overall, because at that point, 5 poops spawn at a time at different parts of the map, and you also have the enemy attacker to deal with, and you also need your ally to be also really good. So, bottom line, if you want to win, do you have a better chance overall of just using no prestige and hope that your ally is also likewise fast at clearing? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. Yes.
All right. How about you, Eviling?
I have Zeratul from B to C. In my head, I'm thinking P3 makes more sense because spin to win, the whirling tornadoes that comes out is the poops can't go after it, and you just keep on chucking at them, and they'll eventually die. But I see the value of having Avatar, but as you said, another thought that came to mind, which we have mentioned in previous videos, but one way to stop poops is to all clear the map, but that's not happening on this map. There's these two side bases, and you're not going to be clearing that, especially with Polarity.
Yes.
So you're always going to be dealing with poops. If you do not end it by 20 minutes, you are going to be in a lot of pain. You're screwed. Yes.
So letter.
Try to end it quickly.
Yeah, you haven't B to C?
I have it from B to C.
I actually had. So Herman and I had Zeratul at A.
A.
Would the Tesseract monoliths having stun help you agree to A? Because the stun can delay. It's a form of crowd control. It can delay the polarized poops long enough. So, are you okay with A? Is what I'm asking.
I don't know about A. B, because again, no ally get over here. So.
But you do have better crowd control than, like, even Stetmann.
That's fair.
Even not quite as good as Swann. I would actually put Zeratul over Zagara here, to be honest. But
I'm not opposed to. I'll defer to you guys since my experience with Zeratul is very limited.
I played Zeratul.
Okay, I just want to add something. So if you want to use P3, your stalker will be really weak. Like you want to have one charge of blink. So one charge of blink compared with 3 charge of blink is a big difference.
It's a big difference.
Also, the monoliths cannot stun the poops. They can only like slow down the poops because poops are the heroic unit.
Yes. But it's still.
But I don't know. I don't know if the crystal is better. The another
voice
top
suppression
one.
crystal?
The void suppression crystal.
Yeah, the voice suppression crystal.
You know
like,
what? Yeah.
Because it can crowd control the entire like enemy base. Like entire area. Like for the poops, you don't really need to like defend it with your monolith. If early poops is only like 1 or 2, you can just use stalker to catch them, like to try to kill it like as soon as possible, so that you don't want to worry about it, and then you use the time before the next poops come out. Use that time to try to push with your ally, definitely, because of polarity.
All right. So are you does that move the needle enough for you, Eviling?
Yeah, I'm fine with. As I said, I'm my experience with Zeratul is very limited, so I'll defer to you guys.
All right. So the reason I didn't have anyone in S, you guys did, is because I did have something in S, and that something is voice chat. My original plan was to just have Zeus put like the Discord icon, the Skype icon, the WhatsApp icon, like all the voice chat, like even landline. I would put landline
even
icon.
the voice chat in Blizzard, voice chat in Battle.net.
Even Battle.net chat or the Blizzard chat is better than any of the commanders we can put here. The voice chat is my S tier, but you guys.
Someone post a comment. Who actually uses Blizzard voice chat?
I did.
We want to see.
I did, because 2.2 before didn't have VPN for Discord.
Yeah, he not use Discord.
So people from the China server did use Blizzard voice chat.
But China server doesn't exist, so
well, now it doesn't. So he's now forced to use Skype.
They need a VPN to play this game.
All right. So anyway, who's top of S?
I would say, Nova has more mobility for you and your ally, but Tychus only you have like 3 medevac pickup, and only for your outlaws, and maybe your unit controlled by Vega. So I would say Nova have more mobility, so she's better.
For me, it's Phoenix. I've been so surprised
Phoenix
with how P1.
So Phoenix is 8.
Phoenix is
yeah,
8.
it's my S. Unfortunately, my bad. Nova and Tychus. I would say I'd lean more toward Tychus.
Tychus.
I think Tychus is good for tanking. Like, yes, you have like 50 damage reduction and some crowd control.
Because usually the point where people lose here is either they can't, your ally can't chase down a poop that's polarized to you, that's already at your expansion. So I think Nova's get over here and just respond to a fire, I think is more preferable. But what do you think? Do you think tanking is more important than getting over to put out a fire? Eviling.
I think tanking is a lot more important because dealing with one unit is doable, but when you have multiple units wailing down on you just due to ally not being on it with taking care of their stuff or whatever reason, being able to sustain it, that's what it comes down to, the last possible second.
All right.
Tychus, and then the nature of Tychus P2, it forces you to, or played properly, it forces you to split your attention different ways. So you're already in that mindset. Nova is kind of not necessarily like that. So it's sometimes you might go into one single big death ball mode and lose track of how to split your attention on multiple fronts.
All right. How about you, Herman? Are you willing to put Tychus top of S?
I mean, I play Tychus a lot actually. But I don't know, like Tychus on top of Nova.
The other
Just
aspect is
uh-huh.
splitting your attention between multiple outlaws gets really tricky after a while, and yeah, even a lot of people who are very experienced will start to break if too many things are happening at one time, and then you lose an outlaw to Propagator, and you lose another outlaw, and it all goes downhill real quick. Nova, you can kind of consolidate and then airlift out and regroup and
So
kind of
that's an
figure out
argument for
how to.
Nova. That's an argument
Yeah,
for Nova.
yeah.
Okay, so Nova is top of S.
Okay.
You just argued yourself.
Well, I'm just playing devil's advocate and just
You
just
just
trying to see
argued with
both sides of
yourself.
it.
All right. Who's top of
Okay,
A?
okay, let's continue. So Nova top of S. Okay,
Who's
let's
top of
continue.
A? Phoenix, right? He was an S candidate.
Phoenix, yeah, like
Yeah,
crowd
Phoenix top
control,
of
really
A.
well. I
All
like
right.
what get over here.
And then who's next?
I would say
Say
maybe I
Swann.
don't know.
Yeah.
Say
Swan,
Swann.
I think Swan is easier than Setboy because Setboy you need to know like where to put
Yeah.
Setboy.
Like
Yes.
Stet Boys has a star on it. I think just by that star alone, he's
You
already
gotta
bottom
go
of
extra
A.
steps.
Right? Just because of the star alone, he's bottom of A.
Yeah, like you gotta be like two level or someone's level so that
Yeah.
you would where to put the satellites.
All right. Now here's the part.
Otherwise, just
Who's
P1.
better
It's
between
like P1,
Zagara and
P1
Zeratul?
isn't good. P1 isn't good.
Who's better between
I think
Zagara and
Zagara's.
Zeratul?
I
Zagara?
think Zagara just
Ah,
baneling's good dealing with poops. Just slam them in. It's
Okay.
pretty straightforward.
I'm okay with that. I'm ambivalent between them.
because the thing I was considering about is that like let's say when you just have to a move with your lings and your paintings and then a poop spawns and your zerglings just run on top of the poops. Will that happen?
That can happen.
But I mean you have baiting ready, so it's not a problem, right? So
Shouldn't be.
Just make
okay,
sure
so
to
yeah, let's put
morph them all
Zagara
into
on top.
banelings before you
Yeah, before you
go
engage.
headstrong into buildings. Yeah.
You have a lot of baiting like at the back too for the backup.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can put Zagara before
For Zeratul.
I mean
Who's top of B?
oh there are a lot of B commanders.
There are a lot of B commanders.
I would
I would say
say
Abathur.
Abathur.
Yeah, Disable Cloud.
I thought the Haka can push faster, but I mean there's polarity, so can't
Yeah,
really rely on your ally.
like the Haka Deep Tunnel, Disabling Cloud, just Locusts, tanking.
So,
Like
okay, and also pack leader.
I'm actually wondering
Be
why we didn't put
careful.
him in A.
Be careful of putting out your locusts. There's propagators around.
Yeah, just use your Disabling Clouds.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Wait, so
I'm actually
but the
wondering
Haka,
why we don't have Abathur in A. He's probably better than Stet Boy.
like because we talk about the checklist, like
Yeah,
Like,
checklist.
we think-
So is he good against poops? Yes.
It came down. He has all the tools for it. So people who play Abathur very regularly, he's definitely A. For people who are not so competent with Abathur, it's definitely going to be B.
That
That's
goes for
what
with a
happened.
polarity mutation. That goes for everyone.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can shift them up back up to A, but that kind of changes the dynamics of where we are in the video right now.
That's fine. Well, I wouldn't say he's better than Zeratul, but he can be
No
between
way,
Zeratul and Stetboy.
I would say he is better than Zeratul.
You would say he's better than
that's just
Zeratul?
I think so.
Oh,
I think so.
what? Like Stalker is pretty horrible. Like
Yeah, the triple
I mean,
blink's
you can
pretty
also
good.
use disruptors like to deal with the poops. Like disruptor deals a lot of damage. But Abathur, well, like you have crowd control. That's true, but I mean,
You have sustain. Does Zeratul have like a lot of sustain against non-polarized stuff?
like the Avatar, they just change them into their unit. Yeah.
You know what? I'll just put Abathur between Zeratul and Stetboy. There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Zeratul doesn't have the biomass problem, so
That's true. That is very true.
Let's continue. Who's top of B then? All of these guys are flawed in one way or another. Maybe Dahaka. Maybe Dahaka's top of B.
I thought Dahaka is better than all of the 5. Yeah. Like,
All
he
right.
is the best in B.
All right, undisputed top
other
of B.
5 there, and Vorazun is the weakest. Vorazun is the weakest because of
the map itself.
Just weakest to lock and load.
All right.
Yes.
Then who's second in B?
Second in B.
Kerrigan?
I'd say Kerrigan. Yeah.
All right. Then Carax or Arcturus?
Carax, Stukov, Arcturus.
Carax over Arcturus.
Carax over Arcturus. Okay, and then Stukov, then Vorazun. Who's top of C? Alarak, I think. He has mobility.
Alarak.
Yep.
D. Oh yeah. You don't even need if a polarized poop heads towards your ally's base, or and you're not there, you can just overcharge. Then it's done. Yeah. All right. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then D doesn't really matter who's better. They're both bad. So just who's
Hornet better because of the Helion.
There we go. Yeah. Well, Raynor can also
Raynor
use...
has concussion.
But yeah, like I said, it's they're both bad. Just use whoever you prefer. So now, do we have synergies of anyone from B to D who would be better than Tychus or Nova?
Better than
I think any two of them. I think honestly any two commanders, if you have voice chat and agreeing where to go, is better than a singular S tier and going to the solo queue. Because of the solo queue.
Yep.
Right? This is why I don't want to put anyone in S.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, going for solo queue, like, you cannot really have voice chat with him.
That being said,
do, like, pause the game and ask him to add your Discord and to have the voice chat.
That being said, Kerrigan and Stukov, oh my goodness, what a pair. Like, the super creep and the auto creep spread, what a pair. Oh my goodness. It was really good.
And then the converse also works true. We don't have anyone F either for this week, which is kind of surprising. And that's if you are at least playing with some degree of competence or playing with voice chat, that would definitely keep anyone out of F.
Yeah. Who would be a good synergy? I would have said I had Zagara in B. I would have said Zagara and Ortanis, but
another good synergy. So
they are,
speaking of
like,
P1 Kerrigan,
they're great synergy, I would say. Yes, just don't. I think don't use P3 for Ortanis because you still want Guardian Shell for Zerglings for Zagara.
Yeah.
Just speaking of another synergy, Kerrigan and Stukov, P1 Kerrigan and Stukov is a good synergy. Abathur and P1 Kerrigan is also a good synergy.
What about Abathur and Dahaka? Like, I think with Abathur and Dahaka,
Abathur is A tier, so like.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, because Abathur, if he is still B tier, we can talk about that. Like
definitely. See, that's why he's not B. That's why he's not B.
Yeah.
Poor Raynor, poor Hanan.
Dahaka, and he just needs to. Maybe Dahaka and Vorazun, so you can just teleport where you need to. Like Vorazun would be the dark pylon guy. All right, that should be it. I think the real S tier is still Discord, like Skype, like Battle.net, voice chat. Voice chat is the real S tier, guys. Guys, watch Herman's videos. I will link them down below, and I'll see you guys next time. You really should make a channel, Eviling.